You've seen the news, you've heard about it, and you're thinking, is it too late for homeowners in Oregon? Well, the answer is yes and no. And I'm going to cover both the seller side and the buyer side today. In July, Realtor.com posted an article of the 10 cities where sellers are slashing home prices the most. They selected from an interesting list, and they note the times, as they say, are a-changing fast. And they are indeed. Buyers are now dropping out of the market like woozy midsummer flies due to record high and still rising home prices coupled with higher mortgage rates pummeling their inflation-battered budgets. Is this happening in Oregon or what? Yes, it is. And in fact, Medford, Oregon is the number 10 city. Many of the cities on the list were pandemic boom cities like Boise, Idaho, and Ogden, Utah, or Phoenix, Arizona, or Austin, Texas. But Medford came in at number 10 for a number of reasons. The primary reason, because in July, 23.2% of the listings in Medford, Oregon had a price reduction. What does a price reduction mean? Well, it means that you thought you were going to get a certain price for your house, but you had to lower the price and you're not going to get as much as you originally planned. That's going to impact your future plans and your budget as well. Here's one example of Medford. Cute listing, 582 Black Oak Road started at $580,000. After 52 days on the market, they have now reduced the price to $374,950. $580,000 is where they started. They're now at $374,950. Whoa. You're thinking as a homeowner, that's a huge price cut. Why did it happen? Number one, there is less demand because the interest rates have gone up. Are there still buyers out there? Yes, there still are. Think about it this way. Imagine you're in your mid-30s and you've been in your career for more than a decade now. You've been renting and you realized you're just tired of paying somebody else's rent. You want to make the home your own. And it's time for you and your family to get into a different situation. Well, if you've been saving up your money, you've been working hard, now's going to be the time for you. And there are more and more people in this boat as millennials are reaching this age. So if you were that home buyer and you were ready to buy a home, you're still going to be looking to buy a home because in the long run, it's a better deal for you. So there are still buyers out there. So homeowners, don't be afraid. Don't panic. There are still buyers in the market. There are just fewer and there is less cash and there's also less investing happening. So what do the price reductions mean? They mean a couple of things. Number one, they could mean that they started their price too high. Maybe they just went for too much money. Some agents might tell you that sellers got greedy there for some time, and maybe that happened because we saw crazy price acceleration in the market. For instance, in January of 2020, the median Oregon house price, remember median is not the average. They basically take all the numbers up and they line them up and they find the median, the one in the middle. So the half of the property sold for less, half of the property sold for more. In January 2020, that median number was $359,000. In January of 2022, the median Oregon price is $468,000. So the median price went up by over $100,000 in 2 years. That's wild. That's insane. So some homeowners were looking at that and saying, hey, we bought a home 2 years ago. We could make $100,000. Some of them tried to push that and got a little bit greedy. And now they're having to bring the prices back down because they're not getting much action or much traction because there's less demand. But homeowners, the good news is you still have equity. We're seeing very few distressed properties in Oregon. That's because there's a lot of equity in your home. And before you get into a foreclosure situation, you can sell it and regroup and pull yourself back together financially. For buyers, what does this mean? Is it too late for you? Well, time in the market is greater than timing the market. You're never going to be able to predict the market, so stop thinking about that kind of thing and think more about, are you ready? Are you in a financial place to do it? Because in the long run, time in the market is a better thing for you. So you need to make sure that you educate yourself about what interest rates are and what is a fixed APR and what's an adjustable rate, what's an ARM, and all these things that you need to think about for the first-time buyers, as we're seeing a lower number of first-time buyers entering the market. And some of that is due to fear. Some of that is due to lack of education. So you've got to really do your homework. Take some time learning about what it means to be a first-time home buyer and what buying a home is like. There are programs that will help support you with down payments. And there are many non-conventional ways for you to get into a home as well. Just do your homework, stay educated. And maybe right now you should be starting for 2023. Get your finances in order, look at what a payment would be like, track the mortgage rates. You can lock, so you can get pre-approved with a mortgage lender. You can lock in your rate now, and you can shop, and you can really be aware and compare for a small fee. I think it's highly worth it. Right? Listen, I can only tell what's going on right now, and we can tell what's going on in July. And places like Austin, Texas, or Reno, Nevada, or Sacramento, California are seeing these huge price drops. Price cuts are hitting hardest in markets which have been on a hot streak during the pandemic. Cities that saw an influx of buyers looking for quality of life, more space, and affordability, like Medford. Now in Medford alone, we've seen 64 price drops just this week. That was unheard of a year ago. And an absorption rate, which is still low at 2.82 months. We say 6 months is a balanced market. So that's when buyers and sellers are, that's where it's balanced at. We are still not even halfway there yet. And we're seeing some price reductions. So homeowners, is it too late? I don't know. I can't tell you what's going to happen in the future. I can only tell you what we're seeing now. It would be irresponsible for me to guess, but I gotta tell you, we're starting to see the price reductions happen, and part of it's because of the interest rates. So from a seller perspective, is it too late? I don't know. You're gonna have to tell me. Hit me up in the comments. And if you're curious to learn more about Medford, check out this video.